Hello, it's Wilma. Welcome back to another one of my videos called Summer in My Sketchbook, which is basically where I just make a lot of art in my sketchbook this summer. In this video I'm going to be filling in about 1.5 sketchbook spreads, and it was mostly just like very chill and fun art for me to make, and that's it. I hope you'll enjoy this video and let's get into it. Bye. I don't know why I did that. Okay, bye. So to begin with, I decided to paint this portrait. I had had this reference photo saved for a while, not sure when to paint it. I haven't been wanting to make portraits as much lately as I have in the past. I think it's because I have a desire to explore new things and to see what my style looks like with different subjects. I decided early on when I was working in the sketchbook that I wanted it to only be in color, so that's what I've been doing. As of lately, I've been using a lot of gouache paint. I feel like it's the only technique that I've used for weeks now. I usually rotate between a lot of different ones like graphite, aquarelle paint, acrylic paint and colored pencils, but lately I have been all about gouache. I love this technique a lot. It can feel very effortless at times and I love the results I achieve with it. And it's also a fun process, unlike some techniques such as acrylic paint. As for this reference photo, I enjoyed the angle in it a lot and all the colors, which is why I decided to paint it. Lately I've been trying harder not to think too much when choosing a reference photo. I get so overwhelmed when it's time for me to think about what I want to make art of next. Not because I don't have any options, but because I have too many. I want to paint a million things all at once, and having to decide on only one thing, one photo to paint, is always a challenge to me. I've been trying to not overthink things with art in general lately, from not putting too much pressure on myself when drawing to choosing reference photos with more ease. I've been trying to just go with the flow and not take things too seriously. Something that has been helping me with the whole choosing what to draw issue has been to sketch down my ideas when I'm excited about them instead of coming back to them later, because by the time that I'll be ready to do them, I might not feel as excited about them anymore and probably won't end up drawing them. Sketching down ideas has been helpful in avoiding feeling uninspired or getting art block, because once I'm finished with what I'm working on, I can just flip to the next page and already have something ready for me to work on, and I don't have to think too much about it. It makes it feel like I'm always ahead of myself and I always know what to draw for a change. I really enjoy being able to put my ideas down quickly without the commitment of having to finish it at that moment. Taking that pressure off has truly been great, and working in this way has made things a lot more fun and efficient for me. Introducing new subjects into my art has made things feel more enjoyable and like I'm not stuck in a cycle of doing the same thing over and over again. Overall, it has had a positive impact on my art practice. In the past, I haven't been as open to doing different subjects. I have had some variation in what I've made art of, but portraits have been my main thing for as long as I can remember. I really got into them when I was around 17 and I was making a lot of fan art of people, and after that, it just became a habit. Despite the desire to make art of things other than people, I have rarely explored this desire because of reasons such as being too comfortable and becoming stagnant. I like to experience more and follow my desire with what I wish to paint now, which has made art feel quite different to me. I do still enjoy doing portraits, but I'm happy to not be stuck in only doing them. I know I'm literally painting a portrait as we speak, but I have been doing a lot more different things in this sketchbook and I wanted to share my thoughts on it. My sketchbook has become a place for play and experimentation, and I've become more aware of the importance of it. I've listened more to what I genuinely want to paint instead of just doing the same thing repeatedly. I've taken many art pieces so seriously in the past, and while the results may be satisfying, I look back at many of the art pieces that I've made and I remember what a tedious and not very fun process it was. And of course, each thing has its own time, and it's important to find a balance with doing serious and more relaxed pieces. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that I used to take my art so seriously in the past. I just think it's not good when there is no room for play at all at any time, which is how it used to be for me. I notice myself enjoying art a lot more now that I allow myself to put as much or as little pressure on myself as I want. Of course, having a sketchbook helps with this, as I have talked about before and probably will continue to talk about in my videos. The lack of pressure I feel when I work in it is something that I enjoy so much. I will say I'm not fully where I want to be with including play and experimentation in my art yet, and I struggle a lot with letting loose in my technique and allowing for more mistakes. Years of being a perfectionist isn't going to disappear in an instant, and I know that, but it can be frustrating sometimes when I wish to be looser in my art. I get so jealous at times of the way that other people's art look because I wish I could do the same thing that they can, being loose and painting things in an almost childlike way, and it feels like I physically cannot. I read something when I was younger, and don't quote me on this because I can't fully remember the exact thing, about how Picasso was doing detailed work for a portion of his life, and it was harder for him to learn how to paint like a child than to learn how to do quote-unquote good art. And by good art I mean realistic, which I'm not saying is the definition of good art, but I think that that's what that meant. And it's so true. Being able to depict something in a non-realistic, playful way and to make it look like a child made it, but it still being good and making sense, is harder than realistically depicting something in full detail, even though most people who don't practice art would probably expect the latter to be more complicated. It's going to take quite some time for me to learn how to become loose in my technique and how to paint like a child. I'm proud of how far I've come though, despite wanting to improve in certain areas of my art. I always think that there is room for improvement for as long as we're alive, and I'm always striving for progress, more than anything. Because being fully satisfied is not the easiest thing to achieve, but to know that I'm always trying to make progress is all that I can do. For this sketchbook spread, I wanted to paint animals, so I painted a rabbit on one page and geese on the other one. The rabbit painting wasn't that exciting, so I'm going to kind of speed through it. Animals have been so much fun for me to paint lately. When I draw animals or anything that isn't a person, I can relax in a way that isn't possible with portraits. And it has been a very freeing thing for me to feel. I love painting animals because I simply don't care as much about if they look a bit wonky or if things are off, because you can't tell in the same way as you can when a portrait is off. They have been a really fun and relaxing thing for me to paint as of lately, which has felt rare for me at times in the past. I feel like I've gone months before without fully enjoying the process of what I was creating, and now that I come to think about it, that feels wild because I think that enjoying the process is so vital. Art at its core should be enjoyable. Animals is a subject that I'm excited to explore further and to be creative with. I remember when I've painted animals in the past, I've really enjoyed it, so I'm not sure why it isn't something that I've done more consistently. But better late than never.
Sadly, I've been studying the time. Let's see through time, but I am not. Anyway, it is 7:40 right now.
So here's the portrait that I made. I honestly really love this portrait, even though I was talking about how I haven't really been wanting to do portraits lately, but this one was so much fun and I really love how this whole spread turned out. And I just think that this is a really cute portrait and I am really happy with the colors and the amount of gouache paint on there because I really like put it on there. I don't know. Anyway, then this sketchbook page I also really enjoy. It turned out so cute. This is a little bit boring, but it was still kind of like fun to make and it's cute, so whatever. And then these skis I really love. I just wish that I didn't do the outline because I really enjoyed how rough it was before that, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I need to stop trying to like control my art so much. But overall, I really enjoyed these sketchbook pages a lot. And that's about it for this video. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it and I don't have anything else to say. So hope you'll have a good day or night or morning and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.